Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and I'm so ridiculously glad you guys are here. My little channel is growing. You guys, my channel's growing and I thank you guys so much. I'm just tickled that you guys have a choice of a variety of different YouTube channels and you guys come back around here and you tell your friends, and I really appreciate it. I love it when you guys interact, leave me a comment, tell me what it is you guys want to see as far as like content wise. A lot on this channel, we do things a little bit different. I'm a lady of a certain age, but I noticed in my analytics that some of you guys are actually half my age. So welcome. I hope that what you guys are getting out of this is just somebody's been around the block. You know, if that gives you confidence in some way or helps you, I love that. If you are a lady of a certain age and you watch the channel, leave a comment down below. What's some advice that you would give your 24-year-old self? I'd be fascinated as to what message you would leave yourself, because maybe that will help some of our younger audience members as well. I don't know why you stumbled across my channel, but like I said, I'm happy that you did. We tend to like to look at a palette, for instance, and see if we can get multiple looks out of it and if it will fit into our lifestyle. I got into this originally because it seemed like I lost my beauty sponge. I left in the other room. I found that I loved getting ideas from YouTube. I loved going online and seeing what other people were combining, maybe getting some trending stuff, maybe challenging my comfort zone a little bit. And then it seemed like there was a trend away from doing tutorials. I don't necessarily do tutorials, I do makeup applications. I think if I were to do a tutorial, that would imply that I actually knew what I was doing. And we're just doing the best we can with what we have, and that's okay. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to look like you've got a filter on. We're just having fun. We're playing with makeup. It's not that serious. It washes off at the end of the day, and we move on and we try something else. So it's okay if we make a mistake. It's okay if we have to patch and layer and try to get it, you know, as good as we can. That's okay too. So anyway, welcome. I guess what I'm trying to say is welcome. Today I want to do a date night look. Maybe, I don't know, should I do 3? I've got some stuff from an economical brand, and it may not be interesting to anybody else but me. However, I don't have a full face of this particular brand handy, so I'm gonna try to throw in, maybe we'll just do a couple little higher end items to kind of balance it out, and then, you know, we'll move on. I picked up a couple more items from Jones Road. I did a video already. This is the Miracle Balm that's in bronze, and I thought, you know what? I don't know how this is gonna work. The first one I got was maybe a gold, and it was, oh my gosh, I felt like that just made my cheek red. That's funny. Well, let's just keep moving that around and see. Maybe this is a good, like, no makeup day product. I don't know. I feel like I just got like a bronze color here. I got distracted. What I was gonna say is I've already done a video on some Jones Road stuff. So that's me with nothing on this cheek, and that's me with just the bronze Miracle Balm. I'm gonna throw it all over my cheek here. Let's see what it looks like all over. I don't know why it just all of a sudden felt like it went very red. Here's the thing with Jones Road that I've discovered. It's really skincare with tint. It's Bobbi Brown's second line. The first one she sold to Estee, I think, a long time ago, and she stayed on. She had a board that she had to answer to, and she built an empire, which is fantastic, but she didn't end up even owning her own name. Anyway, she started Jones Road. I don't think Jones Road actually means anything significant to her. If I recall, she just saw it on a map, and I'm congested right now, you guys. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be sitting here sniffing. I need to take an allergy pill. So I've been traveling a ton lately. I was concerned. Took a test this morning and I'm negative, so it's not that. I think it's just allergies. Allergies, I'm tired. I mean, I've been literally, for the last week and a half, crazy long days and just a lot of work travel. I think Bobbi Brown's aesthetic has always been like you, but better. And I think her latest Jones Road line, I think a lot of it is geared towards maybe a mature audience, usually dry skin. There's just so much like skin loving ingredients in her products. I gotta be honest, I don't know about this. I have something on my cheek. I've heard it doesn't do very well on top of foundation. So I might have to play with this just maybe on the days that I'm, you know, staying home, not on camera, not doing anything interesting. Maybe I put it on after masks. You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my lips. I think that's what I did with the gold one that I had, the first one that I had, as I ended up using it on my lips, and it was great. All right. If all I'm going to do is end up with this as a lip balm, either a lip mask or something like that, this is a ginormous container for that. Don't buy this for that. Do the Laneige, do the, shoot, even the e.l.f. jelly mask. Do one of those. Don't buy Jones Road just for lips. Cuticles, maybe. I don't know. That I also picked up one of these like concealer sticks. It's called a face pencil. Let's see what kind of shade I got. I'm a little concerned that it might be too light. We're gonna do some other stuff on my skin. I'm not gonna just leave it splotchy like this. I just wanted to see how the product was. Okay, this might, well, so the majority of my stuff is either here under my eyes where my glasses are. I mean, I have a roadmap. I'm not new, so my skin is not new. You know what, that, depending on how that consistency is, that might work pretty well. I used to be obsessed with my broken blood vessels around my nose, but I've kind of since being concerned about some of that stuff. I do have some freckles. I do have a little bit of splotchiness. Yeah, I have a lot of sun damage today that I'm seeing. I'm just gonna grab this kind of foundation brush here. This one is from Tarte, just in case. Sometimes you guys ask about my brushes that I'm using. I'm just taking this brush and kind of buffing in where I wrote in that, or drew in that face pencil. The Wet the Foundation, I actually really like. I've seen mixed reviews on it, but I actually really like it. It's like a moisturizer with a little bit of tint on it. I didn't bring it in here today because I really wanted to try this Miracle Balm and this face pencil. I think it minimized some things here a little bit. It's a little thicker than, say, an under eye concealer normally would. I'm gonna try tapping this down. Yeah, it's pretty, I'm not gonna call it full coverage, but it's a pretty thick consistency. Went on pretty well. I just worry about it tugging a little bit under my eyes. I think it's maybe a great spot concealer. Okay. I feel like that minimized quite a bit of the dark circle. Again, allergies. All right, you guys, because I didn't actually bring in I have a couple new foundations. I'm actually gonna take this Soul Body Bronzer and use it on my face. Face and body bronzer. Okay. I love the round pot. And see that, while that looks really dark, by the time I buff it in, it'll actually probably match my neck a little bit more. That's kind of the goal here. I'm going to be out in natural daylight. That's something that I need to keep in mind. I want it to look lightweight, but I also, don't want it to look like I've got a completely different shade on. Okay, so while that went on and just tinted my skin, you can actually still see my skin. I don't look too heavily made up. And you can see that this now is so much closer to my neck and my shoulder area than this side. It's all of that sunblock that I use in my normal regular makeup. So I think this is gonna work out all right. Even though it's a face bronzer, or face and body bronzer, and not a foundation, that's okay. I've been gone for a week and a half. I did wash my hair today, hence the wet hair. I'm just gonna let it dry and it'll be curly, but I don't care. It's been straight for a week. So one of the things, if you guys haven't heard before, sometimes when I travel for work, I wash my hair and I straighten it earlier in the week and then I don't touch it. I mean, I do maybe a dry shampoo at night, but I don't wash it during the week when I'm traveling. It's too much effort. It's too difficult to do. Okay, I'm a little tiny bit splotchy. I do still have, some sun damage. I might throw on a little bit of a concealer, like a serum foundation later on, but I'm gonna leave it the way it is right now because I've got a bunch of these VIP product. It says VIP. This says VIP. I have a bunch of these products and it's the rock and roll collection. Pretty sure it's Makeup Revolution. They just created another line. Right now they have a Jimi Hendrix line. Or a big Jimi Hendrix fan, you might like it. I got picked up the Def Leppard thing because, my husband's band was playing some Def Leppard one day and I thought, oh, Def Leppard. It's my husband has like a classic rock cover band, so anyway, let me show you what I got. Blush and highlighter duo called VIP. This is what the palette looks like. Cardboard package. Looks like it's 24-month shelf life, made in China. rockandrollbeauty.com. And that's what the palette looks like. That's awfully pink. If it doesn't work out, I still have time to change it up here a little bit. Okay, so a ton of Kick Up. Tons and tons and tons of Kick Up. And it is a very pink, punchy color. So with the Def Leppard collection, picked up this blush and cheek duo. I picked up, I think, a lip product, 2 eyeshadow sticks, maybe eyeliners, I'm not really sure, and then the big palette. It was an added card thing. I think I actually purchased these off of Ulta, so it was an excuse to grab a couple other Ulta products too while I was there. And I don't know if you guys like little rock and roll, little classic rock, if that's kind of your thing, or if you're just here because, you're new and you want to see what I'm talking about today, or if you're here because maybe you want to see a little bit of a date night kind of look. Again, my husband's playing. We got to go a little bit early and it's going to be outside, but it is an evening performance. So not really date night if I'm just going to go listen to my husband play. I almost want to take a little bit more of an orange color on top of it and just kind of layer it. But let's just see right now. Let's just leave well enough alone. I'm actually going to zoom you guys in for the rest of the makeup. So give me just 1 second. Okay. I do need to go get an allergy pill of some kind. I feel like I'm just getting more and more and more congested. It could be the dogs. You know, I haven't been around my dogs for a week and I wonder if I'm not just slightly allergic to them. I was loving on them. One of them, my male husky Zeus, he actually tried to crawl in my lap last night when we were sitting on the couch, and he's every bit of 100 pounds. I don't know what he was thinking. Anyway, that's the VIP blush. It was actually pretty washed out. I do have a highlighter in here, but I'm gonna hold off on that. Let's throw this lip on because I don't even recall why I picked this one as opposed to another one. That is a lip, right? This is kind of an interesting little package. High impact lipstick, it says. So, oh, okay. So it almost has like a balm, like a lip balm type component. The bullet is not like a lipstick bullet. Let's throw on a liner. Should we use our normal, regular, tried and true? Oh, you know what? It's an eyeliner and lip liner. Okay, so I do have a lip liner that's a dark brown. Probably needs to be sharp. We've got enough use out of it now. So when I think of Def Leppard, I think more of maybe 80s, maybe more 80s than say like 90s brown lip liner. So I smudge that a little bit instead of leaving it a harsh line. And then let's grab this lipstick, high impact lipstick, huh? What shade? Looks like the shade is called Last Dance. Oh yeah. You know what? With the brown lip liner, it's a shade I would actually wear. I'm okay with that. What lip liner was it? This is a NYX. Okay, thought I was gonna sneeze. The lip liner is a NYX Waterproof Extreme Color Lip Liner in the shade Urban Cafe. So I did Urban Cafe and then Last Dance as the lip. We need to balance it out. We need to get the rest of the stuff going on here. So I got 2 of these eyeshadow sticks. I think one is a kind of a lilac-y color, lavender, yeah, lilac color called Come Undone. And the other one looks like it's a dark, like indigo color called Gravity. So let's take a look at these first. So this is Gravity. And it's like a shadow smudge stick, which I sometimes actually really like for eyeliner. So that'll actually be kind of fun. And then let's take a look at this other one. I don't know why I would have gotten a light pink one unless I thought I could use it as an eyelid primer. It's pearly. I feel like this is like almost like an eye brightener shade, right? You know, let's do a couple looks. I'm gonna take, so this is the lightest shade, and I'm gonna put it all over my movable lid. I do have my contacts on, and I do wear gas permeable contacts, so it kind of pushes around my contact a little bit. Okay, I'm not a pastel eyeshadow wearer. This feels very similar to a lot of those like eye brightening sticks, like the ones you get from Thrive Cosmetics, Elf. It's actually not bad. It kind of minimized some of the discoloration on my eyelid. Let's take the dark blue one. Just scribble that along the outside. I love these chubby sticks because you don't have to be too perfect or specific, and they're actually, because they're a fatter, softer liner, I think they give you a softer look give you a softer eye look as well. All right, I'm gonna put a little of this on my waterline because that feels very rock and roll, doesn't it? Okay, that's a little of the light pink and the dark blue. I would not leave the house just like this. In fact, I think that because I've got that dark blue down here, I feel like it really drags my eye down. Okay, and by smudging that with my finger, I was able to drag it up quite a bit, but I think that gave my eye just a little less of a downturn. All right, this is the palette. It's a huge palette. We're gonna do a look on one side and a look on the other. I just wanted to see how those shadow sticks work. Funny thing is I wasn't sure that I was gonna love that light pink, but I actually really do. Def Leppard. When I think of Def Leppard, the first thing I think of is Hysteria. So this says 24-month shelf life, rockandrollbeauty.com, made in China, excitable Lady Strange pressed pigment. I don't know what that means. 2022 Legend Refola Limited, under license to Epic Rights, Revolution Beauty UK, Ireland, and Northbrook, Illinois. Def Leppard, along with the Rock and Roll Beauty, bring you this exclusive limited edition beauty collection that reflects the days of anthemic guitars, soaring vocals, and stadium rock. Def Leppard, oh, and then I've got it in French. So this is the artwork on it. And then the palette itself is in here. Now, this has a textured background. It's not, it's kind of an interesting, it's very glittery and shiny. The shadows are surprisingly, I think, pretty wearable. I mean, you have these 2 shades that are, I mean, you've got kind of your lighter shade, you've got like a transition shade, You've got a couple that can, you know, really darken things up. This bright yellow, I don't usually wear a yellow eyeshadow. That might be actually kind of fun. You don't really have much that I think goes with it. A couple purples, 3 purples. This kind of seafoam, a lime green, a gold, of course, a champagne shimmer. That's actually really pretty. Do I want to do 3 looks? I don't know, you guys. Maybe I'll do 3 looks with this as opposed to like 1 or 2 date nights. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because I've already got this blue and the pink on this side, I'm gonna start on this side and use some of the bolder, you know, brighter colors. And then I'm gonna switch and do maybe a daytime to a nighttime look on this side. That gets us like technically 3 looks, which is this one palette. So as far as the breakdown, you've got 14 shades. It does say Def Leppard on there. And of the 14 shades, it looks like 7, half of them are shimmers and half of them are mattes. So I'm gonna take this purple shade to start with. I just have this big fluffy brush here. A little bit of kick up, but actually not too bad. So this is the side where I started that pink shadow stick and then the dark blue shadow stick. And even though that looks ridiculously bold in the pan, it's going on very sheer, but I'm able to build it up a little bit. So that's good. Yeah, it's building up. It's building up pretty good. I have a little bit bigger of a fluffier brush than I probably needed to, but that I grabbed, which is probably how you guys do eyeshadow too. You just grab the one that jumps out at you. I want to try to bring this up a little bit just by buffing it. Because I have close set hooded eyes, sometimes I have to get that optical illusion of an eye lift, a little bit more awake. I love it when people can wear like super simple pale eyeshadows and not have people say, why do you look so tired? That's a lovely color of purple and it did build up pretty darn well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my finger into this dark blue because it's a shimmer. Oh my gosh, that's so bold. And I'm gonna put it kind of in the center of my lid and then move it a little bit towards the inner corner and keep this a little bit more open. And I'm not gonna go up any higher than crease, where I want my crease to be. So I swiped in a little bit and then I applied it with my finger and then I kind of buffed it up a little bit. And it looks ridiculous right now, but just bear with me here. I've got a smaller flat brush and I'm gonna go into this bright green right here, just on the flat brush. Yeah, that's a lime green. Can I get that blend in? All right, I'm taking my purple brush. I didn't grab any more product, try to buff that. That lime green looks so almost like blindingly white. That's a little too frosty, I think, for a shadow that I probably enjoy. I like the blue. Let's see if we can't salvage this a little bit. I'm gonna grab a little smaller brush and I'm gonna go into taking this the darkest shade in this palette. So what do I have? Oh, the shades that I have so far: Promise, Rocket, Hallucinate was the inner one, and then this is Immortal. So putting them out here to kind of gradiate that. Not everybody loves Makeup Revolution. It is a European, I say European, it's not technically EU anymore, but it's a British brand. I feel like once I got that blue and that dark shade on here, I pretty much lost that purple. I don't love that light green shade. You know what? I'm going to go over the top of it with this kind of lilac-y shade right here. Pick up some of that. This one's called Beautiful. We'll see if that doesn't work a little bit better. I should have just started that. Tone down that green a little bit. It's still too light and too shiny for me right there, I think. This is where I've been going in with so much matte lately that I'm forgetting that it just looks different because my eye has been used to seeing matte shades in there. Right, I feel like I got some pretty hefty transfer down here. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more cleanup, but I'm gonna go back into that lavender shade called Promise and just kind of, then let's take a little bit. I need to put some more, I need to do some cleanup down here. Let me do that. Let me get some mascara on and some cleanup and then we'll come back with another look. Give me just 1 minute. Okay, guys, this is look number 1 with the Def Leppard Rock and Roll Beauty look. I didn't put on any additional eyeliner because there's so much going on with those dark colors. I almost feel like putting on additional eyeliner might just be too much overkill. But it's a super dark, smoky, perhaps dated look. I did use a little dose of colors concealer underneath. My color seems to be adjusting very dark here. I love blue eyeshadow with brown eyes. I think it really makes the brown eyes pop. Do I love this look? I don't know. I would have to be in the right mood for something serious date night. This feels a bit more winter holiday. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Let's do something that I might actually wear for daytime and or maybe even work. So I'm taking this kind of peachy shade in here, the lightest it's a tan color. It's called Forever Young. I've gone in several times now, and it's very, very subtle. That's what I'm finding with these shadows. My first impression of these is they're subtle, and they do build up a little bit, which I guess is good if you want to control it. I tend to like things that are pretty pigmented that you have to sheer out. I don't know that one or the other is better. It is what it is. I'm going to take Foolin'. Foolin'. This one right here. And we'll bring that down into my crease a little bit more. Love that color. Yeah, I love that color. For a soft daytime look, maybe with glasses. Might as well keep on the warm theme here. I'm going to take Burnout, which is this one right here. Just have the same brush, which is this is a Morphe E17. And boy, apparently we're doing a bronzy apricot coral look to go with my orange sweater, huh? I'm not seeing a ton of patchiness with these shades at all. Actually, I'm going to clean that brush off here. I'm going to go back into Forever Young, which is the lightest shade that I use. Just kind of blend that top a little bit. All right, we're going to take, I've got a relatively clean finger. I'm going to take Lady Strange, which is this peach shimmer. And we'll get all of that all over. Wow. Like that too. Yeah, it's kind of pretty. I mean, I feel like I didn't clean up underneath this eye when I did this eye, but it's there. And then let me grab, I had that little fine brush here. Fine, small flat brush. And I'm going to take Cry, which is this one right here. Put a Cry right there. It's a warmer, like a champagne colored shimmer. Oh, that's so much better than the cooler one that I used on this side. The two cooler ones, I ended up with the green and then the lavender on top. There is this shade called Sea of Love. While I don't think that would be an inner corner, not necessarily an inner corner highlight, I probably could have used it underneath here and that might have been kind of pretty and softer. This is just too frosty and dated. This isn't Dynasty. I mean, I guess Def Leppard could have been Dynasty, but I don't think that the two worlds worked out very well there for each other. I'm going to go back into Immortal, which is the darkest shade in here. And I'm going to give myself just a little bit of eyeliner, that optical illusion of an eye lift by just putting a little bit of it outside. Just deepen up that little tiny bit on the outside of the eye. Okay, I actually really like that look. I didn't know what after the first one got so dark so fast. Intentionally, I mean, I did it that way. I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about this, but man, these lighter shades, these kind of warmer apricot shades, they look beautiful. Not everybody loves the Makeup Revolution formula, and I'm not comparing this to XX Revolution, Revolution Pro, Makeup Revolution, all their different spin-offs. I'm not combining it. I think it's fun that they got licensed to do some of these, rock things. I'm probably not going to pick up any of the Jimi Hendrix. And while Def Leppard wasn't necessarily, my ideal band back in the day, I think I was probably a little bit too much. Back then we called it New Wave. Probably listened to a little bit more Cure and Clash and Bowie and stuff like that. And then I went hardcore hip hop and went into like Salt and Pepper. Those were my girls, man. That's actually lovely, perfectly appropriate daytime look. I don't know that I would necessarily do those warm colors for work, but I think that I probably could. So I have not used the gold in here called Energize, the bright yellow called Paper Sun, or Sea of Love. No, or Excitable. So I haven't used 1, 2, 3, 4. Haven't used 4 shades. This one right here is Excitable. Can I use Fuchsia on with a coppery color? Maybe. Let's clean off this brush a little bit. I'm going to go into Excitable. And yes, I've already put on mascara. Are you guys combining pinks and orange these days? I see so much, with some of the trendy stuff where people are really combining those two color stories. That's actually lovely. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's bold, but I don't mind that at all. Can we get away with doing some of these yellows? Let me grab a smaller, clean brush here. I'm going to take Paper Sun, which is this one here. And again, we're taking something daytime and we're seeing if we can get something more date night. I'm also feeling like this can end up going festival. Okay, that yellow is way less intimidating than I thought it was going to be. I was so worried about that, but I think that's absolutely really, really pretty. Let's take the bright gold. I'm just layering on top of the shadows that I have earlier. Sometimes I do that for date night. I've got one thing going on and I have to quickly get ready, and so I just doctor up what I'm currently wearing. You guys do that too, right? You wouldn't like strip off everything and take the time to start all over again. I mean, maybe you would, but that would be much harder for me to do. I'm going to take a little bit more of that fuchsia color here and just darken up that crease a little bit. And then I'm going to take the darker shade in here called Immortal. And this is where I get a lot more smoky. Yeah, that. That Immortal, as far as like a dark, cool tone shade, I think you get a lot of flexibility on that with the shades that you have. Like initially I just used it to darken up my lash line with the lighter daytime color. And then by smudging it on top of that fuchsia, it gave that fuchsia a lot more depth. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, there's only one shade in here I haven't used yet. And I wouldn't have thought to even put it with this look. Turn off my brush here a little bit. That's Sea of Love, this one right here. Let's put a little bit of this on both eyes. I'm gonna put a little bit of it down here on my purpley, well, fuchsia, orange, yellow look, my sunset look. And I don't mind that at all. It's kind of unexpected. And I'm gonna take the same thing. We're just gonna put a little bit over here on my blue, dark purple. Call this the Dynasty. Yeah, I actually like that. With that blue, this minty color right here is really pretty. Let me clean up underneath this eye just a scotch. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, there is look number 3, because technically I did the lighter kind of, you know, pinky or lighter orangey, coppery, corally colors, I guess. And then I took it a little bit darker for date night. You know what I would do a little bit even more than leaving well enough alone right here? Where did that blue eyeliner? I know it seems weird to put blue with all these colors here, but I've got a little bit now where it's looking a little bruised because I put that dark brown on top of the fuchsia. We're just gonna throw a little of this blue on top here. Sort of deepened up that eyelash line just a little tiny bit. Yeah. Wow, actually looking at it in the mirror, I don't know if you guys can actually even see this that much, but that is actually a really, really pretty sunset look with the yellow and the gold and the pink and the apricot colors poking through. I love that one. Yeah, this is by far my favorite one. This one over here is by far my favorite one. That makes the blush color look a little bit more intentional as well. This one over here, I'm not really feeling this. Maybe I'm just not into a bold blue eyeshadow kind of look. That's it. That's it for today's video. Tell me, did you guys, I don't know, I gotta figure out how to get this back in here. First of all, are you guys Def Leppard fans? Enough so that you would want to get anything from this collection. 14 shades, 7 shimmers, 7 mattes. Kind of an interesting color story, you know? This is actually, I would do this one again. Yeah. That's actually kind of really fun. All right, Def Leppard blush highlighter combination. I didn't put the highlighter on, sorry. This component is a little weird with the black and the gold. I don't know how I feel about that. This reminds me of like gold lame shorts or pants, Stadium Rock. I guess that's where I'm going with this. That's kind of what it reminds me of, but. And the VIP little pass, it's cute, it's gimmicky. That's it. This is the collection, or at least what I picked up from the collection. Tell me, what do you guys think? Do you like either one of these looks? Do you like one of them more than the other? What's your aesthetic? Are you interested in rock and roll beauty at all? If you guys come back and say, no, I really want to see the Jimi Hendrix collection, let me know and I'll go out and purchase it. I didn't because I just wasn't a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. When I think of Jimi Hendrix, I think of acid trip, purple haze of smoke. I don't know what he was smoking. Reefer back when they called it reefer. Anyway, you guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to take this off and film something else. So stay tuned. You're going to get videos 3 days a week on this channel, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And watch it while you're making dinner. Or maybe save it and watch it in the morning when you're getting ready, because that's when I like to watch YouTube videos. All right, you guys, I hope you're doing really well, and until my next video, bye for now.